Hey, this is Linda again, and today I am beginning a new diamond painting. This one came from One Day Saving, and it is a bouquet of sunflowers. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with parchment paper. I'm going to put the parchment paper on next. I'm going to take you along for the whole thing. So hopefully this won't take too long, but I have all of the drills ready. And there was not but 11 drills. Okay, so here's what we do. I have my piece of parchment paper, which is too large, as you can see. And what I'm going to do first is I want to cover the sticky edge right over the painting. So if it's going to be sticky here, so I want to go over at least a 1/4 inch, and you can just guess it, you know, it's no biggie. So that's where I'm going to be. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up on this side. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exact science. So that now I meet a little over on the top side, a little over on this side. This is how I'm going to get it to where I need it. Now, if you have a ruler, you can measure it, give it a little crease, because I'm going to cut those off. Okay? Now, then for the bottom, do the same. Fold it up, see where you need to be, go down just a little bit below it. Okay, this is going to be the size of the, okay. Now, this is what we need right here. Don't let it intimidate you to cover these up. I have tried it without putting the parchment paper on, and I choose to do it with the parchment paper. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the top cover. This is an exact square. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this corner. I don't lay it down all at once, because in case I'm a little bit crooked, I can pick it up and start over. So there you go. You can, as I'm going to mark. Doesn't matter if they're really straight. I'm going to make, I like to work in sections about half of that. So it doesn't have to be perfect. And I'll go down the center. Like I say, I'm just guessing. They're not going to be exact. It doesn't matter. Okay. So what this allows me to do, this will be the top of the basket. This is the bottom of the basket. So what it allows me to do is to take my little penknife, and I can score each one of these. So when I get ready to peel these off, I can just peel off one box at a time. This keeps your canvas really clean, free of debris and fuzz. For those of us who wear long sleeves and sweaters, there's plenty of that to go around. So that if you don't press hard, you will not damage your canvas. It just scores the paper. Okay. Then you have just your surface that you're working on. So if you want to work on 1 inch at a time on this block, don't pull it all the way up. Just pull it up a little bit. And then you can work, and you can work in your little area. If you don't finish it, you can just put it back down. So you don't have to handle the whole canvas until you're ready to do the whole canvas. Now this canvas does not have DMC numbers, I noticed. It has a code and it has a number. So there's no DMC numbers to all of these colors. This so far is what I call prepping it. This is a very nice small diamond painting from One Day Savings. So if you're interested in this one, I will definitely leave the link in the description so you can go and check it out and see what else they have also. So I'll see you shortly. Okay, so we're going to get started, and I'm going to do this bottom right hand corner. Most of it is non-drilled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that little square off, and the numbers I need are A and 2 and 5, just because this is a really short one. Number A only takes 3, but in this section here, I will need the same numbers. So we'll work. And sometimes I work 2 squares at a time if I have not this many to work with. So I will go to the next one also. You can start anywhere on the canvas. Now, if you have a little bit of trouble with static in your plastic boxes, it happens occasionally, I would get you a little bit of a can of static spray over in the laundry section of your local grocery, and just give it a little light spray and it'll take care of that static for you. Let's see what the next one does. Now I'm not going to break that totally on this one, because I may need to go somewhere, and I'll just slip it back over the top so that I don't get fuzz on my painting while I'm gone. Well, it's going to curl on me, so what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and take it completely off. And I can still reuse it. So I'll just keep that in mind, that I'm looking for A's. All of them are A's. I'm using a single placer because there's not that many for each one, and it's just more of a hassle. And when you're first beginning, you need to get used to the single placer before you go to a multi-placer. And you see me tapping that? There's little ridges around these, and if you tap them, it'll jump out of those ridges. I've opened up the lid before, and they all just went everywhere. Now, when you're working along the edge, try to keep your drills on the designated spot out of the border, because if this is straight, it's so much easier to keep the whole painting straight. And I do try to pour them back in over the parchment paper, because if you drop one, it's much easier to find, believe me. Okay. So here is our very first part of the sunflower. So I hope you have enjoyed this today, our little WIP Chat.